The death of the 4-week auction. For about 50, 60 years now, we've conducted auctions over a 4-week period. Now it's being reduced. Follow the trend, stay tuned and watch this.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Good morning.
Hello, Billy.
I'm really good. How are you?
Good. Do you want to tell everyone about your garbage truck fiasco? You were stressed to pieces.
Yeah, I just didn't think I'd make it here on time this morning and upset the viewers, because the garbage man was not only doing our set of like townhouses, he was also doing the like apartment block next door, and he was probably doing close to 20 bins, emptying 20 bins, and I thought, I'm going to be sitting here for a while. Anyway, made it.
What were the emotions you were feeling there, though? Was there were you angry at the driver, or were you just cool?
No, because he was really happy, and it was one man against 20 bins. You couldn't be upset with him. Just had to wait it out. Patient.
You didn't want to help him?
I did think about it, and then I thought, no, I'm going to call Mark so I don't get in trouble.
It probably wouldn't allow you to help him with OH&S and everything, I would have thought.
Yeah, he was all right. But the 4-week auction campaign, they're dead.
Yes.
They're definitely dead.
Well, you know what? The industry's still doing it, guys and girls. And when you say to a vendor or a seller that we are going to be doing a 4-week auction campaign, they go, yeah. When you say we're going to do a 2-week auction campaign, maybe 3, and you negotiate, they stress. On the other hand, when you say to a buyer who is coming through the property, send it online, bang, 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 straight out there, bang, open house, bang, they've come through, bang, they love it, they've missed out on a couple of properties they want to buy, they're keen, they're motivated, they're hot, and you say, you've got to wait a month. And they go,
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Can I make an offer before? No, the owner wants to go to auction. So we're going to wait a month. Do this for a month. Sit on our hands for a month.
Yeah.
It's painful.
They hate it. We're running 2 at the moment, 2 auction campaigns, one of which is, as you say, definitely no offers. Oh, sorry, we've just finished one. We're running another. One of which was, it's no offers prior. Owner wants to go to auction. That's their wishes. If that was 4 weeks, as Lisa just said, there you start to lose them. You can just see the motivation start draining away.
You know what? Properties, the 4-week auction has probably been around for a good 50 years, maybe longer, 60. And we cannot forget that technology and methods have changed. The way we would reach out to a buyer in the 1970s compared to how we reach out to a buyer in 2020, in the 2020s, is very, very different. The necessity for, before there was newspapers being used, but agents had to call through their call lists to every single person that was remotely out there. Newspapers were not even running photos. Newspapers were just running one-liners in the classifieds in the Sydney Morning Herald. So the tech's changed. The method and the duration. The tech's gone instant, but the process has not gone instant. The process is still archaic. It's still 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's true. It's just, and what's funny is, I think a while ago you were saying, Mark, 4 weeks is what's considered by the banks or considered by the courts if it needs to go to an auction, the perfect time frame for a campaign. 28 days, 4-week auction campaign is considered, optimal. But when you're talking to the buyers, and I think we're starting to see it change more and more as these shorter, more snappy campaigns come in the marketplace. I definitely feel the preference is for something shorter, especially when you can get access regularly and often. Just
I would suggest that people are selling their property for less on a 4-week auction campaign than a 2 or 3 week auction campaign.
I think the reason you'd say that is potentially because you miss out on a buyer or two. If they're coming through and loving the property right at the start, they've got the ability to try and find something just as good with an extra 4 weeks. So, yeah, be mindful, guys. Be mindful. You definitely lose the buyer.
So what's the future?
So what's the future? Back to the future. I think we've just wrapped up a 3-week auction campaign, and we've got another one on the run at the moment. We're going to do a bit of a tale of the sale for you. We're going to talk about property that sold last night under the hammer. This bad boy.
Yes, what a photo.
The real estate section in the newspaper came out once a week. You'd book 4 weeks of ads. Auctions ran off these, and then they're bye-bye to the newspaper. We're in the age of speed.
It's gone, guys. Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, we're calling it. We're going to... Absolutely. And we're calling it today. It's the death of the 4 weeks. This is the turning point, I believe, in the industry, that everything now is going to be a 2 or 3 week campaign. Agents are trimming it off, running it. It's less pressure on the buyer. It's less pressure on the seller.
Yeah, there it is. I think that's the way we caption it. There is a need for speed. So we're gonna talk you through what this campaign looked like. 51 Thomas Street, North Manly. A beautiful home, really charming. It was an original 1950s cottage in the front. It was a really emotional sale for the family last night. They'd been the house had been in the family for all that time. But don't get me wrong, as the family had grown, they'd added on with a back half renovation or an extension, and finished with the most amazing pool, which behind us will give you some more photos. It was really well sort of privately tucked away with a lot of greenery around it. Really beautiful home. Mark?
Another perfect example of a short auction. And I think in most part, look, as an agent, we do a lot of auctions to get people through. The best buyers often come out first. Your best offers are often first in general as well. So people are seeing it digitally. They're seeing it on social. Pre-market's being done as well, which is different because pre-market, we are getting an advantage of a week or two before, where we're doing genuine hard work inspections on the campaign, so we can afford to trim off that week at the end because we started early. You couldn't start early before because the papers were running that 4 week campaign. So anything that effective methods prior to that were not as effective as today. This property last night was great. The 2 people that bid it, you can watch the auction on Novak Properties Facebook. Lots of bidding, lots of energy, happy people. Buyers are over the moon, sellers are over the moon. I guess, what did you learn from this one, Billy?
I learned that I think, but both buyers obviously had a reason to purchase the home. I also learned for any vendors watching this, don't get worried about where the bidding starts. This one was a really slow one to take off. We had 4 registered bidders in total, standing around. Each had their bidding cards in the pockets, but it took a while for Vic, the auctioneer, to actually receive the first bid. Don't get worried about where it starts or whether it's quick off the mark. I don't think that's an indication of where it's going to end up at all. So the biddings, we were guiding 2.75 million for the campaign. The bidding actually started at 2.65. From there, it kind of slowly jumped up in 25 or 50 increments, and it reached sort of the guide, and plus a little bit more, sort of after the first of opening bids, between the parties that started it, but the ones that ended it, it was jumping all over the place, wasn't it? It wasn't sort of a 10 to a 10 to a 20 to a 20. It was a bit of an odd one.
Yeah, and one thing that we had some comments on from the owner that I thought was really, really important is with agents. The agent they wanted to select they wanted authenticity, and they wanted empathy, which is not a lot of things our industry speaks about. It's not in our proposals, and the owner really on selecting Lisa Novak as her agent. That was the basis that she selected Lisa on before she met Lisa. So I think message out there to our industry and to buyers and sellers, and it is a real thing. And I think the better your agent is at understanding your needs and your situation, the more empathetic they can be, the more they can actually help. So a lot of this process of this sale was it was just for the owner themselves was just an emotional roller coaster, because they'd been in the family for 60, 70 years. So message out to everyone. It was a beautiful sale. Congrats to the sellers. Congrats to the buyers. And goodbye to the 4-week auction campaigns, I say.
Yeah, and we're seeing this sort of across the board at the moment. We had a really good result for a 3-bedroom apartment in DY. That's the figures there. We ran a beautiful home in Curl 3 weeks ago. Meriton 3-bedroom apartment there as well. So a great agent will guide you through the process, pre-market offers, and of course a great strategy. In this particular example for the house we've just been talking about today, they found Lisa on LinkedIn, which was really interesting. So yeah, don't underestimate the power of socials for sure. But really good tale of the sale. This one, I think I think the sale has been a great success. They were obviously over the moon with the result, and it's allowed them to get into their new place, which is very exciting.
Congratulations to all, and goodbye to the 4-week auction campaign. Have a good day, Billy.
Thanks, Mark. See ya.
There, right.